goddess formless, listen. Chakras align and glisten. We teleport, astral project. Welcome to Hoodies, the podcast. Like, comment, sub, ask. We go in deep with a blast. I don't even know what a lane is. Ain't no lane. Shit ain't no box, or maybe yeah, that's what a lane is. Universal. We the free thinkers. We move the void of blinkers. Where the mic, God tell the truth. Scared men, we call them stinkers. Cause you're dead stiff and I got the gift. Keeping the black right off the rip. And that's on life. If truth was abroad, I would make her my wife. Life in a sauna position. The goddess formless, listen. Just listen. Hoodies, the podcast. With the God, yeah.
Shout out to everybody who showed up to the back to school bash to make that the success that it was. Few people didn't show. A lot of it was expected, but there was a couple unexpected things. Y'all can hear the landscapers is out in the front and the back doing their thing, so I know y'all hear that right there. But yeah, there's a few people who didn't show up. I kind of figured that. A couple people who didn't stay, kind of figured that too. But then, to my surprise, there was some new folk who showed up. So that's a good thing, So, yeah, thank you for everybody. Thank the DJ, for providing, some services and then didn't even charge me nothing. So, shout out to, DJ Soundstar. You know what I mean? Shout out to DJ Soundstar. I want to give you his IG, but hopefully in editing I'll find it and post it up on the screen. DJ Soundstar for all your all your event needs and all that good shit. Shout out to those who provided the food. I appreciate you. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody who showed up. It was a dope event. We gave out some school supplies. I plugged in the Skill Youth Chess Club. And with that, the week going into the bash, there was at least, there was a couple members who was saying that they wasn't sure if they was going to be coming back. And I get that. Like I said before, when I first talked to y'all about the hiatus and why and things of that nature, I already knew that at some point, some of these youngsters, their, interests would shift. And then who knows, there's probably some things going on at home, whatever that could be. So it's all good. So what I did was I tasked them, I gave them a packet of, the contract or whatever that the parents would sign and just said, hey, if you don't join, hey, pass this contract along to a parent whose son or sons may benefit from the program. So there's absolutely no hard feelings. I love y'all still. You can call me anytime. Thank you for the memories. I learned probably just as much from y'all as y'all have learned from me. So shout out to some of the members who will not be or who's questionable to be returning to the Skill Youth Chess Club. But anyway, thank everybody for coming out to the back to school bash. That shit was lit. Word. I told y'all about the Skill Youth Chess Club relaunch date, September 11th. Saturday, September 11th. In fact, we meet every Saturday from 6:30 to 9. You know what I'm saying? And also in the last pod, I also talked about some new changes. One of those changes being how, we're going to be incorporating Latinos to join the group. And I ain't going to front like I've gotten some backlash or whatever. I don't really get views like that. But here's a little something. I just wanted to dig a little deeper into that. A lot of Latinos are black. If any of y'all seen his last fight with, damn, it's loud. If any of y'all seen that last fight with Pacquiao and Yugas or whatever, the dude who beat Pacquiao is Cuban. He's Cubanos from Cuba, right? Motherfucker blacker than me. Blacker than me. Lips bigger than mine. But he don't speak a lick of English. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker's black. I got some clients blacker than me. Head nappier than mine. Speak Spanish. They Puerto Rican. Latinos are black. And any knowledgeable Latino would tell you straight up that Latinos come from black folk. So, and then here's another thing. Be clear. They're coming into our situation, which means the Pan-African flag it's not coming down. I'm not replacing that with a flag from another nation or something else. You understand what I'm saying? This whole situation It's for us to share our experiences. And sure, there's a lot of Latinos that don't rock with us. That's not lost on me. I'm hip. Some Latinos, just like a lot of black folk, be trying to blend in with white folk. Be trying to act like you got some Cape Verdeans that will swear up and down that they ain't African. Stupid. That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, there are some Latinos who, you know what I mean, who rock with the whole concept of white supremacy, particularly the real fair-skinned ones. You know what I'm saying? And that's really weird because a lot of dark-skinned black folk are like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to go there, but a lot of dark-skinned black folk, a lot of them, you would think, you think dark and powerful shit. A lot of them motherfuckers wish they was white. And that's the truth. But anyway, like I said, I know a lot of Latinos don't rock with black folk. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about them. There's a lot of black people that don't rock with us. I ain't talking about them. Trust and believe any of them type motherfuckers that's, you know what I mean? If they're found to not be about that life, trust me when I tell you they will not be a part of this club. They will not be a part of this club. They'll be up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and for anyone who would have something to say, like, you know, well, you know, since some of the members in the club got some Latino in them, what about some of the members in the club that's got some white in them? Can they join? No. Again, a lot of Latinos are black. That's not the case with white folk. White kids cannot join. Young brothers, your white friends cannot join. This is a club specifically designed for indigenous boys. Understand? Now you may be saying, why? Why are you only doing this for black and brown boys? I'm going to tell you, if I haven't told you already. Only a knowledgeable black man can equip a black boy with the tools necessary to function in a white world. Sure, a white dude could teach a kid how to fish, use tools, etc. In fact, anybody experienced in such fields can teach that. The white man has no clue of what it's like to be black. Okay? No clue as to how black people can feel racism without one word even being said. You can feel that energy. I felt it many times. I refer to it as mental warfare. You can't explain it. You can't point it out, but you know it's there. You know what I'm saying? Is a white man capable of teaching a black boy about white supremacy? What it is and how it works? Is he even aware of it? Now, some white men are. Okay? But most of them, do they even care if they do know? You know what I'm saying? Will that white man teach a black boy that they are descendants of Africans that created the first civilizations? Will he teach them that they also created religion? Or should I say spirituality, logic, mathematics, astrology, science, Freemasonry, and numerous megastructures throughout the world? And I said religion, and then I changed to spirituality. African spirituality was formed into a religion by like the Greeks and Arabs and whoever else took, you know what I'm saying, bits and pieces from that and which was already there. And keep in mind that religion is simply just doing the same thing all the time. If a positive outlook is like your mantra, is what you live by, that is your religion. If loving everybody and everything is a part of your mantra, your thing, that's your religion. And so on and so forth. Anyway, can I, a black man, teach a white boy how to be a proud Caucasian? No. I got no clue. I got no clue of what it's like to be white. I can't mentor a white kid. I can't. Sure. Just like a white man, like I said, could teach a black boy how to fish and use tools and things of that nature. You could train somebody on a job, things of that nature. I'm talking about a social situation. Socially, we are different. And that's another thing, right? which is why black mentors are important, right? Because I said this on a podcast with our good sister, Viviana Forward. I think I told y'all about it in one pod. I can't remember which one. But in that podcast, when I was on her show, I said something along the lines that a lot of adults, we be lying to these kids. We lie to them. We lie to them when we tell them, hey, we're all the same. We are all the same. And that's a fucking lie. I need to stop lying to these kids and telling them that we all the same, because we're not. We are not. Okay? And that's okay, right? I've said this on another podcast, the 10,000 Africans podcast. Okay, outside of the fact that we got 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 eyes, a nose, and we breathe the same air. Outside of that, socially, we're different. And I don't care where, as a black person, dark-skinned person, I don't give a damn where you from. I don't care where you live at right now. South America, North America, Central America, the Caribbean, the UK, the continent, Australia, Japan. I don't give a damn where. I do not give a damn where. It don't matter to me. It does not matter. At the end of the day, our experience is different from everybody else's. Different from everybody else's, and I didn't turn the AC off. Got all kinds of noise going on in this pod. But yeah, our experience is just different. And that's that on that, and I'm going to leave it there. All right? So real quick before we get into this again, you know the drill. Shout out to black men, women, boys, girls, and especially the elders. Especially the elders. You know what I'm saying? Now let's get into this. Flowers. I want to give a shout out to one business real quick, right? Well, some businesses real quick. First would be Omolewa Interior Designs, okay? Whose motto is, allow me to make your vision a reality. She can design anything. Anything. She suits all your decorating needs. As a matter of fact, she designs skill. When I first opened up here, the place was blue, bland, not a whole lot of life. She helped me pick out a color, furniture, the whole 9. I told her what my vision was, and it came out better than I could have ever even imagined. You know what I'm saying? She was able to, with her expertise, able to create an atmosphere that all black folk will feel good in. Okay? A place where black folk would be excited to work in. And she achieved that, right? Beautiful sister, kind heart. It's a social butterfly. You know what I'm saying? She also does organizing, staging, cleaning, move in and move out services. You can find her on the gram at Omolewa Interior Designs on IG. Check her out, man. You'll see some samples of her work. Call up, man. Call up and get your office, your den, whatever designed. Trust that. All right? You know what I'm saying? I'm Rashidi and I approve that message, man. Word. And listen, there's so many other businesses and organizations that I can give flowers to, right? But let's shift things real quick. Right? You know how black folk are not this, not some monolithic group that all thinks and does the same thing? You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are different. There's levels, which means that within just our race alone, we are very diverse. There's levels to our diversity. There should, however, be some things that black folk need to be monolith about. Okay? Number 1, airing out our grievances in public. I think that shit is whack as fuck, right? There's quite a few experiences I could bring up right now, but one that's really like in my brain right now. So I'm thinking about the time Terrell Owens, or Terrell, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know if it's Terrell or Terrell Owens, was on First Take talking to Stephen A. Smith. For those of you who don't know, First Take is it's like a sports debate show. Look it up and Google it and you'll see for yourself. So the main host is Stephen A. Smith, right? So one day they're debating some issues and Terrell Owens is on the show. And Terrell Owens says to Stephen A. Smith, he says, damn, I'm trying to remember. He says, Max is blacker than you. Max Kellerman, the co-host on the show, you could see how uncomfortable he felt. But regardless of how you feel about Stephen A. Smith and some of the things he says, that type shit, that's disrespect. Here I was cutting in the barbershop and we heard him say it. Now, a lot of us, as far as journalists go, he's one of the best. But a lot of us don't necessarily agree with everything he says. As far as sports are concerned, as far as I'm concerned, he gets it right. It's the social issues that I don't necessarily agree with, certain things that he says. But regardless of that, that's just some shit you just do not say. You don't say no shit like that on the air to a black man in front of white folk. How do you tell a black man on air that this white man right there is blacker than you? Because he says something. Matter of fact, I remember now they were talking about the Kaepernick situation. Listen, all of us are entitled to our own opinions. And just because some of us don't see things the way the rest of us do, doesn't automatically make a person a coon. That's another thing. As soon as somebody comes around with a difference of opinion, the first thing out of black folks' mouth is, man, that nigga's a coon. He's buck dancing. And some of them are. I'm not saying that they aren't. But be clear. It's okay to have a difference of opinion. It's okay. That's all right. That's number one. We need to be monolith about it. And if you feel that way, pull up on that motherfucker off camera. Because when we start doing that type shit in front of white folk, they start thinking that it's okay to do it too. They already run around here trying to say the word nigga. Because we do it. Another thing, doing things that are possibly detrimental to black businesses. Right? I've had, I think I spoke on this once before, some older brother, like 55, some older brother that was up in here, white hair, white beard, the whole nine. I'm thinking, okay, old school brother. Man, this motherfucker was on that shit. He was on that shit. And I ain't talking weed. I ain't even talking alcohol. I'm thinking maybe pills, maybe something harsher. Fucked up somebody's head. Turns out he was on that shit. I had to get him the fuck up out of here. But let me tell you something. I should have took him out back and tuned him up. And I think that should happen to any black person who does something that's possibly, on any level detrimental to a black business. You should be taken out back and get your ass kicked. You should get your ass beat. I'm not saying you deserve to die. Maybe get a broken finger. Break your finger, maybe break a rib, knock out a tooth. You need to get tuned up. Certain things we just should not do. It's already hard enough for us. It's already hard enough, man. And quick sidebar. Shout out to everybody who are who they say they are. Because niggas be lying, right? I just got wind of something not too long ago. Y'all heard me on one podcast talking about an elder who worked, who's working here, but she's no longer here, right? She just left abruptly, right? She said she needed to go to New York, take care of some family. She went, came back, and then she paid booth rent like she should have, right? So she comes back and says, well, I need to go back to New York again. But I'm going to take all my stuff with me because I don't want to have to pay booth rent. I'm like, well, listen, between me and you, if you're only going to be going a week, don't worry about it. Don't worry about booth rent. Just go take care of your business and come back. Just don't tell the other barber. Just don't tell the other barbers because they might try to pull that shit too. She takes her stuff anyway. So I'm like, okay, all right. Maybe she just didn't want to, I don't know. Turns out she left and went to another shop. It ain't because of nothing I did to her. She just apparently wasn't happy here and she wanted to leave. So the young brother had working here, as my helper, cleaning up, sweeping, doing the laundry, folding the towels and things of that nature. She tells this young man when he sees her, she tells him a whole bunch of crap that was not true. Like when customers come in, because I work off appointment only, right? So when people come in, they'll have no appointment unless, one of the other barbers are free. We got to turn them away. I can't get them. I'm booked, So she's telling him, well, she told the young man, well, he would turn customers away and not let me cut them, which is a big lie. Once I tell a brother, that I ain't gonna be able to get you, bro. I couldn't get you even if I wanted to because I'm booked solid. What's stopping her from saying, I can get you, I got you, fam. Come on. What's stopping her from doing that? Nothing. But this is what she told this young man. It's in terms of, the reason why she left here. Why niggas be lying, man? Why niggas be lying? I don't understand that. Why do niggas be lying? Like, even when a situation isn't favorable, why you gotta lie? When I left, the shop that I used to work in before I opened up Skill, right? I left there abruptly because I had an issue with one of the barbers there. Okay, there's this shop called Tomorrow's Image. The owner has a school and two shops, which is pretty dope. He's got 2 shops, and I, of course, worked at one of them, right? So there was like a friendly competition, a friendly rivalry between the 2 shops, which I thought was pretty dope because it could have made us all better. Like, when 2 shops are competing against each other, what's the worst thing that can happen? I'll tell you. The worst thing that can happen is that everybody will get sharper. Everybody will become that much sharper in their skills because everybody trying to prove that they better than the next nigga. I think this pretty fly. That's me. That's how I'm built. Right? Anyway, so one of the barbers from the other, one of the other shop, the other shop came and posted some sign over my station. And I forget what it said. This was 8 years ago. Something like that. And it said trash or something on it. I wasn't feeling that shit. I wasn't feeling it at all. And I found out about it because the brother I had the beef with, is if you recall the old opening theme to the pod. And at the end where it says, rest in peace to the God Queens. That's Chris. He's from Queens, so that's what I used to call him, Queens. It was me and him that got into it. So I wasn't feeling that. He's the one who told me and showed me a picture of this dude putting this bullshit on my station. I felt some type of way about that. Friendly rivalry or not, I would never let nobody do that to your shit. You my dude. I'll never let somebody, because if it's a friendly competition, I'm friendly like, yo, fam, don't do that shit. Friendly or not, don't do that. You got something to say to that man, say it to him, but don't be posting foul shit up on his station thinking that shit funny. So this dude showing me a picture where this dude, did something to my station. I'm like, as soon as he shows it to me, he laughing, looking at this motherfucker like, what? So yeah, we had some words. I called him soft. I came from around, my side. I approached him, and we was dead ass serious. Something was about to happen. He was cutting somebody's hair at the time, and he had a straight razor in his hand. I approached him. He approached me. It was kind of like a standoff. And I'm like, I ain't worried about none of that, man. He's like, I ain't worried either. You can tell he was a little nervous. Then the manager came, broke it up, and he went back over there, tended his customer. I went back over there. That ended up being the reason why I ended up being, I guess, let go from Tomorrow's Image. That wasn't the first run-in I had with somebody there. I had something to prove. You know what I'm saying? And not to mention, if you had something to say to me or you confronted me, I took on that challenge. And I believe that became something that the manager just couldn't. A lot of times, looking back now, we be thinking, oh, they just want to control us. But there has to be some level of control. That's why a manager is called a manager. You have to be able to manage the people there. And I became someone who was not very, manageable. So I was told that my services would no longer be needed there. That's the reason why I'm not there no more. Was I feeling some type of way when I left? Did I like the way the manager handled it at the time? Did I even like the manager, period, at the time? Hell fucking no, I didn't. But I ain't gotta sit up. I ain't gotta lie. I ain't gotta make up stories as to why I'm not there. There's a few barbers. There was another barber. I'd say his name. His name was Todd. I got word from an individual, and I know that. Let's say I heard a conversation that was had, and I was the topic. And this dude said all kinds of stuff from like years ago before he left. So this dude was already in his feelings about some shit. And he talked about everything except for the reason why he left. He left because he did not have a valid Virginia barber license. I put him to task to take care of that situation numerous times. Way more times than I should have given him. Listen, I'm cool. I'm down. All that shit. But my business is legit. Everybody in here is going to have their motherfucking paperwork. I ain't giving crackers no reasons to walk up in here and start trying to shut shit down. Not mine. Not mine. Not mine. Right? So, but yeah. Again, why do niggas be lying? Why do niggas be lying? It's okay to be wrong. And speaking about that manager at Tomorrow's Image, his name was Artie. I get it now. I get it now. I didn't get it then. Okay? I get it. And if I was to see him, I would pull him to the side, him and the owner. I would pull him to the side and tell him, I'm sorry. I'm sorry because I didn't make life easy for him. I had something to prove when I went there. I had something to prove when I started working. I wanted to prove that I'm better than all you motherfuckers. Better barber, that is. I'm better than all you motherfuckers, and I know it. It ain't shit you can tell me. You know, I had something to prove, like I said. But anyway, I wasn't very manageable. I didn't like. I didn't respect his position of authority. How's that? But now I'm an owner, which is more than a manager. It's that and then some. I get it now. Because as much as people who was there at the time, and if they're being honest and can remember their time there, and like I said, if they're being honest, they'll tell you, we talked about that man behind his back. I'm telling you, straight up. We talked about him behind his back. Man, that short motherfucker, he was a short dude. That short motherfucker, he yada, yada, yada. I don't like the way he be doing this and doing that. But if we're all being honest, like I said, that place ran like clockwork. It ran like clockwork. Say what you want to say about him, but the brother held it down. Okay? By holding it down and by saying that it ran like clockwork is, if you can't be there on time, you have a 15-minute grace period. If you can't be there within that time, as much as motherfuckers talked about him behind his back, if you couldn't be there on time within that time period, ring, ring, ring. Yo, I'm gonna be a little bit late. Probably gonna be about an hour late, so I just wanted to call, let you know what's going on. You good money. You good money. Because he from Philly. You good money, man. Or, if you wasn't gonna make it in at all, ring, ring, ring. Yo, I ain't gonna be able to make it in today, man. I got some stuff going on, so I ain't gonna be able to make it. You good money, you know what I'm saying? You good money, I'll let everybody know. And when you came in and say, yo, so-and-so ain't gonna be here today, so let everybody know, whatever. Talked all that shit behind his back, but that shit ran like clockwork. Granted, a few barbers were lost. They left or whatever, but he ran that place well. He held it down. Now here I am, I open up my own shit. I'm trying to kind of somewhat be the opposite of what he was doing. Cool, easygoing, and niggas tried to run over me. Artie knows what he's doing. And if I was to see him today, I'd say sorry, and I'd say I get it now. And shout out to the owner too, because him and the owner are real cool. Shout out to the owner because the owner is holding down his homie. He's holding down his buddy. He holding him down. At all the complaints that he gets about his homie, about how he manages, the only thing he's worried about is whether or not that shit is running like clockwork, and it is. You ain't gotta lie. You ain't gotta lie. Fuck niggas. Why niggas be lying? I could give some more examples, but I think y'all get it. End of sidebar. Monolith. Not the definition of, but to continue on about the things we should be monolith about. Okay? We should get all the facts before we react to a video being shown of a cop killing one of us. Because if you notice, one piece comes out, circulates all around this motherfucker. You know what I mean? And then it comes out that things probably wasn't the way we thought it was. We need to stop being reactionary. Get all the facts first. I know some people don't like that. When somebody says, I need to see the full video. We do. We do need to see the full video. A portion of that video or a video is being released like that for a reason. It's being released to get a reaction out of you. Because when you're emotional, because that's how we react emotionally, right? When you're emotional, you can't think straight. You can't think. You're not thinking straight. And that's the whole point, right? We also need to keep that same energy when it's one of us doing that shit to our own. Stop it with the I ain't snitching. Nigga, I already broke it down as to what a snitch was. Forget, was it Dear Collective? The Dear Collective series? But I broke down what that is, okay? If a motherfucker's in your neighborhood terrorizing it, shooting up the place, robbing niggas, knocking old ladies over the head, snatching purses and doing all kinds of crazy shit, you need to say something or do something. And another thing is, we need to stop, well, there's many more, but another thing is that I can think of at the moment is we need to stop these motherfucking diaspora wars. We need each other. We need each other, man. The whole diaspora, we need each other. And I guess I'm pretty much telling y'all what I am politically. I'm a Pan-Africanist. Listen, I'm for black folk everywhere. I'm for black folk everywhere. And if you are too, right? If you are for black folk everywhere, if you ain't out here lying, I give you your flowers. Flowers, man. So real quick, with that said, another business I'd like to shout out, black business, of course. Y'all should already know that. Another business is by young King Nafis Hernandez. He's the vice president of the Skill Youth Chess Club. Y'all seen me wearing his gear on here with his clothing brand, Wealthy Forever. You know what I'm saying? He's 17 years old, and I'm extremely, extremely proud of this young brother. Even more proud that he's a part of the Skill Youth Chess Club. And I ain't going to sit up here and say I sparked that. I'm sure he got a lot of that from his daddy. I'd like to think that maybe I helped to encourage it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, anyway, he's got hoodies, tees, hats, jeans, denim jackets, girly shorts for the ladies. I think that's about it. But he's expanded way beyond just t-shirts. This young brother's got it popping. You know, I just saw him yesterday, as a matter of fact, in DTLR. And he's working in there as well. And he's talking about how after he's going to be there for a minute, he's going to try to get his apparel up in there to be sold. Man, that shit's going to be fire. So I'll let y'all know how that goes. But like I said, y'all see me rocking his hoodies, his tees, and his jeans. You know what I'm saying? To get more information, you can find him on the gram at Wealthy Forever Clothing on Instagram. Yeah, man. So I think I said a lot here today. And yeah, man, I just want to give my flowers to, you know what I mean? Again, flowers, it's just not specific to businesses and organizations, and it's to be given out to everybody who, you know what I'm saying, who's for the collective. That's important. Take a look around. Everybody else is working together. I mean, I'm not saying that we aren't either. There's pockets of us. But there needs to be more, way more. Again, take a look around. Take a look around, man. Take a look around. Everybody's working together except for us. Mexicans, Asians, Arabs, or Middle Easterners, Jewish folk. Listen, man, people are working together. People are working together. Chinatown, Jewtown, Little Italy, all these little communities of folk. If you go out in Rhode Island, I want to say the Dominicans got a strip that's theirs. Everybody's working together but us. That's all I got to say about that. Yeah, man, I love y'all. Hit the gym, or not the gym. If not the gym, work out, man. Black folk, we need to start paying way more attention to our health. Way more attention to our health. Try to get as much sun as you possibly can. Try to get you some sun every chance you get. Take you some supplements, some black seed oil, some BCD, some Irish sea moss, you know what I'm saying? Some soursop leaf and all that stuff, and some turmeric and zinc, and boost up your immune system. Like I said, hit the gym, hit the heavy bag, get your wind up, learn how to throw an effective punch, and then, of course, there's certain things a punch just ain't gonna take care of. And that is why I'm an advocate of getting strapped. Get strapped. Learn how to use that thing. You know what I'm saying? Hit the range. Get good. Let's protect each other. I know that sounds cliche. I know it's the old adage, but it rings true today. Real quick, the Love Doc is still popping. And I know I just went on a rant on the sidebar talking about why niggas be lying. I ain't gonna front like I've always told the truth. And what I mean by that is I haven't always told the truth to women. I have not always done that. I've been a liar to a lot of women. I've hurt a lot of feelings. I've hurt a lot of women. I've gotten hurt too, but I'm just responsible for what, for what I do. Just same thing with when I spoke about Artie, the manager of Tomorrow's Image. I'm not a fan of micromanaging, which I feel as though he did from time to time. I'm not a fan of that, but he held it down. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I admire him for the way he held it down, being short and all. You know what I mean? A lot of men would be intimidated, and he held his ground, and I respect that. So I'm not holding myself responsible for, his micromanage, whatever. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I can only hold myself responsible for what I did. But anyway, back to this line thing in the Love Doc, right? On the Love Doc, well, first and foremost, I can be honest to women and tell them that I've lied to them. But on the Love Doc, when I'm in the hot seat, I'm letting it all out. But I bet you'll like it. I bet you'll like that installment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I love y'all, man. So with that said, I'm the God Rashidi. This is Hoodies, man. Peace.
Welcome to Hoodies, the podcast.